Dinnie and good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone, and welcome to Dinnie in Virginie. I'm your host, Dinnie, here in Virginie. Where in Virginia, you might ask? Well, of course, I'm back at it. No, I'm not in Chesapeake. I'm just here for Dinnie and Virginie, the podcast. As you can see, I clearly still don't know what I'm doing with this podcast. I don't know why it's been so hard for me to like hone in on a set thing for the podcast when everything else just comes so easy to me. But welcome to Dinnie and Virginie, the podcast. On today's episode, we are calling it The Humbling. So let me show you my sign. As you saw by the title, today's episode is called The Humbling. So I've already explained this concept live on Instagram. And so if you guys follow me over there, then you know what I am talking about when I refer to the humbling. But I'm going to explain that here on today's episode of Dinnie, Virginie the Podcast. So the humbling, what do you think it means? First of all, before you even get any further in the video, let me know in the comments, what do you think the humbling refers to when it comes to, obviously, I'm Dinnie in Virginie, so it has to do with the great state of VA. So you can pause right now and you can tell me in the comments, what do you think I'm referring to when I say the humbling? I've given you enough time. You've paused. Okay, so let me actually explain what the humbling is. So this is nothing that is like, it's not a real thing. It's not like a scientific term. It's nothing like that. It is something that I am going to call this next period that we are about to step into here in the great state of VA. So, for those of you who know, you know what I've recently watched that is inspiring this entire rant. If you know what I watched and you listen to what I told you to listen to and you paid attention, then you already know what's about to happen because yeah, you'll know. Trust me. If you've gone to buy me a coffee for Dinnie and Virginie, which is in the comments, if you've gone there and you saw my one of my most recent articles as of this date, 10/24/24, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So the humbling in VA. In order to properly explain this, I'm going to have to use my hands. I apologize. I wanted to have this in the shot because branding and whatnot, but it's not even properly in the shot anyway. So I need my hands. Excuse me. I knew I should have brought my water in here. Anyway, let me explain this. Let me put this down. Hopefully you can still hear me okay because the mic is actually there. So let me also put me down a little bit. Should have set this up better. All right, so now we look a lot better. So the humbling. Basically, Virginia is about to get rocked. Do not be scared. It is okay. It is a good thing. It is a beautiful thing. It is a great thing. However, I'm just letting you know so that you have been warned. Because I was warned. Okay, we were all warned in some way, shape, or form, as long as our eyes and ears were open, that the great state of VA is about to get rocked in the most beautiful, fantastic, glorious way, right? And what do I mean that by that? Here's the thing, I don't actually know. I don't know exactly what is going to go down. I don't know exactly what is going to happen. I don't know what is going to be if it's going to be one event that happens at one time, or if like people get rocked at different stages and it's going to be like a period of time in which the humbling is happening, or if it's just going to be like an instant everybody's getting humbled in the great state of VA. But we're gonna get rocked. And it's going to be funner for some people and not so fun for others. Let me explain that. So basically, the humbling, I'm going to explain it with my hands. The humbling is this, right? There are certain cities and counties and places in general in which people over there, maybe governments, maybe people with the power, are a little too prideful. They're a little too full of themselves, a little too into themselves and greedy, and they're not really there for the people. They're not really here for us. They're not really there to actually benefit the community, and they're a little selfish, to be honest. And so they're not in the best interest of that community or the great state of VA in general, right? So the people, places, counties, cities that are up here, and they are arrogant and they are prideful and they think they know everything and they think nobody can say anything to them because they have the power, they're going to get humbled in this way. They're going to be from up here and they're going to get humbled down here. And so it's not going to be a fun ride for them, but they're going to deserve exactly what happens to them. I don't know what it's going to be. It's not going to be anything horrendous or anything like that. It's just going to help them be better in the end. So the people up here, full of the arrogance and the pride and the dishonesty and anything, doing anything shady up here, they're going to get exposed. something is going to happen where they're going to get knocked down during the humbling to here, to this level. And then on the opposite side of the humbling, you have the cities who are down here, right? So on this side of the humbling, you're going to have a great time. So basically, on this side of the humbling, these cities are down here. They've just been like for years, just minding their business, not saying anything, just being happy just to exist. You know, they're just happy to be here. That's the type of cities and counties and places and people that I'm talking about. The people who are like, they've stayed optimistic, they've stayed humble themselves. They haven't caused no. If they did in the past, they've repented of it, you know, and so they're good. They're good now. They moved on to bigger, better things, and so they're just laying low, just chilling, living life really nicely. The people who are down here during the humbling, what's going to happen is they're going to be boosted up. So it's really nice to be down here right now because, man, oh man, when this thing kicks off, we're just going to enjoy the ride and come up here. I say we because I am from the city of Chesapeake. And I'm telling you right now, we're not up here. So logically, that means we're down here. So what's going to happen with us during the humbling in the city of Chesapeake? We're going to come up here. We're going to level up. Now, what's going to happen to other cities that I'm not going to mention? Because I'm not going to be specific because I haven't been to every city in the great state of VA. This applies to the entire state of Virginia. I am from Hampton Roads. I will not say what city or cities, but if you know, you know. The cities who are up here, come down here. Like I said, it is a beautiful thing that what's going to happen in the end, because what's going to happen, the arrogance, the deception, the horrible stuff, the bad stuff, the full of yourself, the people who really need to sit down will get sat down. Okay, the people who are up here and their heads are up there, they're like really full of themselves, really prideful and everything that God doesn't like, who are up here, right, during the humbling. And then there's the people who are down here who's just been like, man, I'm just chilling, I just like life, I just enjoy everything, you know, I don't want to make no noise, I just want to be here, you know. Or the people who are super optimistic, really bright, really nice people. What's going to happen during the humbling? Boom, we're going to hit this equilibrium so that the arrogance and the bad stuff that's up here and the niceties and the wonderful, beautiful things up here is going to reach that point of equilibrium in which we're all kind of hanging out at this level, at this nice equal level where we're all kind of in the same playing ground now. So nobody has an advantage over anybody else. Nobody can say we have these resources, so you can't. It's just like we're all on the same level playing field. And what's going to happen, the most beautiful thing that is going to happen during the humbling, is that once we get to this range right here, where all cities, places, and people are on the same page, just hanging out around this level, the most beautiful thing that's going to happen is boom, 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 boom. We're all, as a state, going to rise up, be better, have higher standards, higher quality, core values that will not be compromised by outside forces or anyone else like that. We will be a people of just so much love and kindness and gentleness and solution focused, and everything is just from here. We're all going to just rise up to such a level, such a standard that the rest of the world is going to start looking in on Virginia and being like, we got to do a case study on this state, because how did they go from all over the place and just separated and divided and not on the same page to just becoming one and deciding that they have values, they have core values that are just really beautiful and wonderful and just essential in order to have a good quality of life. And now everybody there has a good quality of life, not just a good quality of life, a great quality of life. Virginia is about to literally be a standard for the rest of the world to look onto and be like, how do we get that they had? And basically, you're going to have to be humbled. All right, you're going to have to stop your idolatry of things. You're going to have to stop obsessive behaviors. You're going to have to stop your pride. You're going to have to stop compromising core values that you know you should have, but you're compromising it because everybody else is telling you to do so. You're going to have to just be focused in on the good things, on optimism, on positivity, on love, on just like core principles that we all know will help our society as a whole just be beautiful and wonderful and together. Like Virginia is for lovers. That is what we are going to cultivate here in the great state of VA. Virginia is for lovers. And so we want, when anybody comes through our state, sets a pinky toe in this state, they going to be on the same page of like, Oh no. Okay, my connection is back. So everyone here is going to be on the same page. Like, Virginia is for lovers. We just love everybody. We are very kind. We are very courteous to everyone. We have high standards. We have values that will not be compromised by anyone on the outside. We have a lot of wealth. Our economy is doing fantastically well. It is soaring when everyone else is tanking, because we have come together with these core values of, we know what we are about, we know who we are about, and we know that in order to get there, we can't listen to outside forces. We can't listen to other people. We can't listen to culture telling us what we should and should not do. We know the core values that we need to have. Those of us know, we know. And so it's time that we just got together at this same level. And as a community, we just like bump it up and bump it up and bump it up and have higher standards. And we're just transparent people. We don't idolize anything. We're not prideful people. We are very humble people. The humbling is going to be such a beautiful event. But like I said, depending on what side you're on, you might see it a different way. But in the end, we are all going to come out of it as a much better, stronger, more loving community, and it is going to be beautiful. So, long story short, this is the humbling. So, you got this side of the humbling with the people who are up here, the city, people, counties, government, whatever it is up here, who are arrogant, full of themselves, prideful, think they're all that and a bag of chips when they ain't even a single chip, off brand chip, and they think that they have something over us when they really don't. What's going to happen to these people? They're going to come down during the humbling. They're going to get rocked. I don't know how they're going to get rocked. I don't know what's going to happen. But like I said, they're going to have to be that pride cut down, that idolization cut down, all the bad stuff, the deception, the sinful nature stuff, all the bad stuff up here is just gonna come down. And then the other side of the humbling, the people who are just chilling down here, who are just like nice, optimistic, polite, have good core values, have wonderful, beautiful beliefs. They're gonna stick to those beliefs, and during the humbling, without even trying, something is gonna happen to bring them up. So basically, the humbling is all the bad stuff, the arrogance and pride and stuff up here, and then all the nice stuff and wonderful stuff down here. There's going to be an equilibrium between the cities and counties and people and places and government and stuff like that, until we're all like hanging out at this mid-range right here. That's really nice. So we're all on that same equal level playing field. And then that's when the magic happens. That's when we really start cooking here in VA, because everyone's going to be on the same side. We're going to be on the same page, and we're just going to start getting better and better and better together. It's not going to be one person is going to be soaring through, or one city is going to be way up here and everyone else is down here. No, once we are humbled and we all come to this same level, we're all going to start getting better and better and better and better and better as a community together, as an entire state together. And I cannot wait for it to happen. But like I said, I don't know exactly when it's going to happen. I don't know exactly how it's going to happen. I just believe it's going to happen. And so that is the humbling in a nutshell, is that there's the people up here, the people down here, humbling happens, equilibrium, we're all on the same page. And so now the beautiful thing happens, we start cooking, we get better and better and better until we are the standard, we are the blueprint, we are excellence, we are literally the peak of excellence all over the state. Like, everyone from all around will be looking at us as a case study in the future. We will be in future textbooks around the world as to what it means to come together as a community, to believe in the culture of Virginia is for lovers, and to completely do a 180 as far as like we go from divided to united, like that. That is what the humbling is going to be. And the rest of the world is going to be like, Virginia is awesome. And we're going to go from not being in too many like foreign books, or not being like known from too much, even though we were the first state, but whatever, to being like everyone is going to start looking in on Virginia. So the people who are already here, I'm telling you, if you're up here and you get knocked down here and you feel some type of way, get over it and just ride it out, because it's going to be for your benefit. It's building you as a better person. You must be humbled. If you are down here and you come up here, right? Don't feel like that means you need to grab your wins and leave. Okay, stay here, ride it out. It's a wonderful thing is happening. So no matter what side you're on, I need you to buckle up and ride it out until we reach this equilibrium, and just stay with it. Stay with us here in VA, because you don't want for us to go through all of this and all of this for outside people to come in and just reap the benefits of all of our hard work, all of our positivity, all of our optimism, all of our knowledge, all of our economy. You don't want outside people from like different states, cities outside of the state, different countries or anything to come and just reap the benefits of our hard work. So I just want this message to hit home in that if you are from Virginia, please write it out, because I'm telling you, beautiful, wonderful things are about to happen in this great, great state. And you will finally, some of you who have been complaining for years and living here, but you're still here, finally, I'm telling you, you're going to start bragging to people that I am from Virginia. I'm from Virginia. Yeah, obviously I'm from Virginia, because people are going to start looking in on us. Like people from, I'm not going to name no names, even though I was so close. I was so close to start naming names of people that I feel some type of way about, or like cities that I feel some type of way about. But I'll just say people are going to start looking in on us and start, they're going to want to come here. I've already seen it. There are going to be outside forces who want to invest with us, but I'm just letting you know, don't let them reap all of the benefits of all that we are. We built this state, okay? We're going to be the ones who built it up from our hard work, from our knowledge, from our solution focused brains and like activities. So don't let outside people come in and just reap the benefits from you. Invest in land, invest in VA, invest in yourself as a Virginian, as a Virginianite. I am encouraging you to invest in yourself, embrace yourself for the humbling, because like I said, no matter what side you are on, just write it out. Trust me, write it out, because it is going to be such a beautiful place that we land on afterwards. When we're all on the same page and we're working towards the same goal and we're getting better and better and raising our standards, it's going to be a wonderful thing. So that's all I have for today's episode of Dinnie and Virginnie the Podcast. I hope you guys are having a fantastically beautiful day, because remember, it's yet another beautiful day here in VA. So I'm going to awkwardly look over here because my camera is not over there, and I'm going to end this stream. But just remember, guys, we are Virginianites. I am so happy to be here in VA. I'm so happy to be a Virginianite. I hope you are happy to be a Virginianite. Start spreading the love, start spreading the positivity and the optimism, and start spreading all the good things that we have here going in the great, great state of VA. Okay. And anytime you see some negativity, you say blocked, you say nope. Or instead of complaining, how about we start focusing on the solution? Because we are a solution based community. We are solution based people. We do not just complain just to complain. We do not gossip. Okay. We do not partake in those things. What we do is we see a problem and we solve it. Okay. We are on that ice baby, vanilla ice type joint right now. Okay. When we see problems, we solve it. We're not like those other people who just complain. We're not like those other people who just like to gossip, who just like to talk about bad situations, right? We see bad things and we fix them ourselves. We don't wait for government. We don't wait for leadership. We don't wait for anybody. We do what we can to fix our problems, because we are capable. And I love being a Virginianite, and I hope you love being a Virginianite as well. So this has been another episode of Dinnie and Virginnie, the podcast, aka The Humbling. Remember, buckle up, write it out. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to actually end up being a much better state as a result of the events that are about to come. I don't know what it is. I don't know when it will be, but it's going to be beautiful in the end. So just hold on tight, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. So until next time, this has been Dinnie and Virginia on the Dinnie and Virginia, the podcast. Dinnie out.